You can connect straight through a browser, open BIOS, power cycle the box, and even mount an ISO image to boot from it. And all this full console access without being there. This is the Comet KVM from GL.iNet. It gives you display, keyboard, and mouse access to the target system over your IP network. I've been running it in my lab for a few days now to see how it feels to use in real life. It's basically out-of-band management, which saves you a trip to the remote site when the server lost a network, stuck in BIOS, or the OS just won't boot. I can already see a few good ways to use it. For example, you can leave one at a customer site for emergencies, so you can jump in remotely even if something isn't fully booted. I've had the non-PoE version for a while, and now that I've got this PoE version, I've been comparing them side by side to see what actually changed. GL.iNet did send me this unit to test, but they don't get to decide what I say or what ends up in my video. So let's start with the hardware and talk about what's different with the PoE version. The two Comet models look similar, but they are not the same. The PoE version is a bit bigger, heavier, and runs on a new processor with the storage. As the name suggests, it supports PoE, so you can power it right from the PoE switch, which means you don't need a separate power supply. I really like that because in small racks or at the customer sites, one cable for both power and network keeps things clean and simple. Both models do the same job: remote KVM access over IP with 4K at 30 frames per second. Low delay, and two-way audio. And this is the real test. I'm connected through the LAN and I'm gonna play my YouTube video and see how high quality is the streaming. Hello everyone, David from My Solutions here, and today I'm going to talk about the travel router, new travel router. You see, there are no drops, it's really good. Inside, the non-PoE model runs a Cortex A7 with 8 GB of storage, while the PoE unit uses Cortex A53 with 32 GB of storage. That extra space is useful if you want to upload more ISO files or tools on the target system as a virtual USB drive. The case on the PoE version is solid metal and a bit heavier, around 140 grams compared to about 85 grams for the smaller one. It stays cool even after running for hours. The non-PoE version has a small side button for reset, while the PoE version replaces that with a pinhole reset instead. I powered the PoE unit straight from the UniFi switch and it came up right away. No injector, no adapter, just plug and go. For home lab setups or customer sites, that makes things simple and quick to deploy. Let's look at the software side. The Comet PoE runs the same web interface as the non-PoE version. When you first connect to the network, it gets an IP address from the HCP. You open that IP address in your browser, set a password, and that's it. No default login, which is nice. The interface uses HTTPS, so the connection is encrypted by default. Once you log in, you get a clean dashboard. You can see the video feed, control the mouse, keyboard, and power cycle it using on-screen buttons if the ATX board or fingerboard are connected and set up. You can do a short press to power on, or hold the power button for about 4 seconds to force a shutdown, just like pressing the real power button on a case. There's also terminal access if you want to SSH into it directly. Updating the firmware is even easier now. You just click update and it automatically checks online, downloads and installs the latest version. You can also enable two-factor authentication for extra security. Overall, it's stable and predictable, which is exactly what you want from a remote KVM. Let's talk about virtual media. When uploading the ISO image, you get two options. You can mount it as a flash drive that contains the ISO file inside, or mount it as a bootable flash drive, which unpacks the ISO content and lets you boot directly from it. But it's slow. The Comet PoE still uses USB 2. I'd really like to see USB 3 support in the future versions. Let's talk about price and value. The Comet PoE sells for about $110 and the non-PoE version is around $90. For that extra $20, you're getting the PoE power, a faster processor, and 4 times more storage. If you only plan to use it in your home lab where power outlets are easy to reach, the non-PoE model still does the same job. But if you're placing it in a small rack or at the customer site where you want a clean single cable setup, the PoE version makes more sense. Either way, both models give you the same solid KVM experience without building your own PiKVM from scratch. And that already saves a lot of time. After using both versions for a while, I'd say the Comet PoE is a practical change, not a must-have upgrade for everyone. You'd go for the PoE model only if you need PoE power or want more tools and files stored on it. Both are simple and can be ready when you need them. Personally, I'll use the non-PoE version on my home server where I run EVE-NG and other virtual machines for lab. And I'll keep the PoE version dedicated to my field technician, loaded with all the necessary files so I can remote in and manage systems whenever I need it. For me, it's not about which one one is better, it's about where you plan to use it. I'll include the link in the description so you can order it from the official channels. Don't forget to like the video if you like what I said and follow for more videos like this.